morning, all of our highway warriors. Yeah, there's a good one, highway warriors. We fight obstacles every day, such as snow. How's everybody doing? Miss you guys. Been hitting the road pretty hard and heavy. I guess you say pounding the pavement. And yesterday of February 5th was officially my 30-day mark. And I want to give you guys an update on how things are going here at Landstar. I gotta say I can't complain. It's been pretty good. Learning the process. They always say you have that learning curve. I have dived into it pretty hard in trying to shorten that learning curve because we need to make some money. But I gotta say it's been pretty good. When I last spoke with you guys, we was probably in our second week into the process, and I got the opportunity to right out the gate get a pretty decent relationship with two agents. Since then, we've worked with several other agents and things went well, and they reach out consistently. So I gotta say, dealing with the agents has been a pretty smooth transition. They do indeed reach out. They find you to be someone that's trustworthy. Yeah, they'll give you a call. I also find that there are agents that when you are in a specific area, I guess they do a search to find out what trucks are in the area, they'll reach out to you. And a lot of times I've experienced if it's something that I can't do for them, I'll ask them, hey, do you have this? And on one particular occasion, they did, and it worked out. And we'll experience that tomorrow once we get empty. Well, let's go into just a quick dive into what these 30 days have been and how the processes work and how we went about, if you would, went about our day-to-day method of operation. As at the moment, we have been working off the load board, with the exception of a couple of occasions where we spoke with an agent, hey, what do you have? I'm going here, and they pulled a rabbit out of their behind and got a load that I never saw the load board. So when they say that there are loads that never hit the load board, it's the truth. It's very true. What I have learned also is the process or the relationship with the agent as opposed to Landstar itself. What loads are there, why the loads are on the load board, and the difference between direct shipper and loads that are just on the board. You know, loads that you will see on other load boards. I'm seeing that difference, and in a lot of cases it's not bad. In some cases it is. So let's just go with this. So at the moment we are averaging, we're doing pretty good in terms of gross. And what we're taking home, our first full week out, we were able to gross around $6,900, which was absolutely amazing. And that was working with one particular agent, and we were able to tie a pretty good week together. We started up in Kenosha, Wisconsin, went down into the Oklahoma City area with a 3-stopper, unloaded, went up to Winfield, Kansas, picked up a load out of Rubbermaid and delivered that in Gainesville, Georgia. That went very well. And then we then headed on over across Atlanta to LaGrange, Georgia, picked up a load and delivered that load out of LaGrange, Georgia, up to Walbridge, Ohio for a Monday morning delivery. So that week netted us gross, $6,900. Now some of that in that was accessorials, fuel surcharge, and so forth. So we brought on pretty decent chunk of change. I was very happy about that. My family's very happy about that. From there, we picked up on that Monday morning. If I can remember the date, I want to say it was January 28th. That could be wrong. We picked up a load out of Fort Wayne. We did about a 100-mile deadhead to Fort Wayne. Picked up a full load and took that down to Republic, Missouri, and we delivered in Republic, and then from there we had some time issues. We had a delay at the unloading at the receiver, and we had a load that had to get taken off of us. But one of my great agents that I love working with, SKJ is the agency code. His name was Travis, good guy. Found me a load at a dead end up near Columbus, Missouri, through the Ozarks. Wasn't that bad. Good highway, good road. And we picked up a load coming out of California, Missouri, and took that over to Montgomery, Alabama. Took that over to Montgomery, Alabama. That worked out very smooth. That got me into an area where I had a load coming out of Memphis. It was a load that was taking me home. Didn't want to deadhead all the way from Montgomery to Memphis, but it was a load that was taking me home. I had been out for almost 2 weeks. I was ready to go home, so I deadheaded up there and picked it up. It was a decent load coming out of Memphis, delivered on a Saturday morning, and we went and got it, and went home, and that netted us about a $5,200 $5,300 a week gross. So that wasn't bad at all. Took home a decent chunk of change, about $3,200. That ain't bad. So as we came out, before I went home, I hear a lot of guys say you shouldn't string out or book your loads so far in advance. I also hear people saying you should book your loads out far in advance. We book our loads out far in advance. So before I went home, I would say that Thursday or that Wednesday, we were booked for the following week. We're actually on the end of that week right now in terms of what we booked. We booked straight out of leaving out of Romeoville. No, excuse me, leaving out of McCook, Illinois, Chicagoland area, and we booked up a load going to Jacksonville, Florida. Now I was hesitant about Florida, and but I figured, hey, going to Jacksonville, just on the tip, we can at least get a load out of Georgia. It was a good paying load going down. You guys can imagine. It was a decent paying load going down. We had a load booked out of Tifton, Georgia, looking at 2-hour deadhead, and that load was going to Detroit, and it set us up for a sweet load coming out of Lord, what's the name of that town? Midland, Michigan. Good paying load coming out of Midland, Michigan. Very good load coming out of there. But something very interesting happened, and they say you gotta work through adversities on the fly. While en route to our pickup in Tifton, Georgia, we're looking at about a 2-hour deadhead, a little over 2-hour deadhead to get this load. The load canceled. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I wasn't mad at the agent because I understand it was out of her control. But here we are. The problem is, I got a load sitting up in Midland, Georgia, Midland, Michigan, just north of Detroit, that I got to get to, that I need to get to. So on the fly, we got on the phone, and I called a couple agents that I know, that I've worked with out of Georgia, and that I know have some freight laying around somewhere. And I called 2 of them. I had both of them working. And I was heading north on 75. I said, hey, can you find me something out of Atlanta? So one guy was searching out of Atlanta, couldn't find nothing decent that paid well. My other agent, my buddy Travis, he found me a load coming out of Dublin, Georgia, just east of Macon. Had to jot just a little east, about 30 miles out of route, do a couple of back roads to get to it. But the load paid the same as the load that I had going to Detroit. And this load was going to Coldwater, Michigan, picked up out of a place called Perry Ellis. International, and it was a Walmart load distribution center in Coldwater. Everything worked out seamlessly. I mean, the situation couldn't have been any better. We were able to pick that load up. The appointment time was 2 o'clock that afternoon. We got there at 12:30. Picked that load up, was in and out in 30 minutes on our way to Coldwater. The deadhead from Coldwater to Midland was roughly around 125 miles or so. The load that we dropped in Coldwater was a drop-in load. We got there Thursday night. There was a storm that came in through the area. We shut down, picked that load up, and the next morning dropped it hook, headed on up to Midland. Everything worked out smooth. We could have panicked and said, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" Cancel the load in Midland and just work our way out of Georgia or whatever. But one thing I do know is where there's a will, there's a way. Get on the phones. The things that I like here at Landstar is, yeah, you are your own boss. You dispatch your own truck. But there are resources, and once you make those relationships with those agents, keep their numbers, call them, check in with them. You never know what they got, because they're going to call you, vice versa. I keep a book, a journal, that has a list of all the loads that I run, what they paid, how much they weighed, the deadhead that I had to go get it, the mileage that the load required, and most importantly, the agent's numbers, names and numbers. And I grabbed that book and I went to search and finding who could I reach out to. It worked out. So the beauty of what I've been doing since we've been running over this last 30 days is I try to avoid the weather. We have been very good, but it finally caught me up in Michigan. Had a little system I went across the Midwest, and it hit Chicago Thursday night, and I caught it. It wasn't bad. Some heavy winds. The next morning we have lake effect. We all know about lake effect in Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Indiana primarily. But this lake effect was shooting straight east. It went off of Lake Michigan, and it stretched all the way to Detroit. Unbelievable. And as we traveled up north, running up 69, we were around the edge of it, man, and it would hit you, and then it would be beautiful, and it would smack you. We just took our time, man. 45 mile an hour, 55 mile an hour, 35 mile an hour, whatever it required for us to keep this baby on the ground, keep our 18 on the road. We made it. We got the load. We got them. So right now we're on the last leg of a 1,200 mile run going down to Ennis, Texas, and it's Super Bowl Sunday. I got about another 6 hours, 6.5 hours. I think 6 hours to go until I get there. And I'm gonna get to the location. I'm gonna shut down tonight, and I'm gonna watch the game. I'm excited about it. Patrick Mahomes against Brady. It's a good day. But on the way there, I'm gonna stop and give me some barbecue. You know me. Texas, smoked meat, and football. It's a good day. I'm gonna stop and give me some barbecue in Texarkana, Texas. I'm gonna load it up, and I'm gonna cruise on down to Ennis, Texas. Shut down, and we're gonna watch this little football and eat some barbecue. I'm excited about what's to come with Landstar. There's definitely good money to be made here. If you are interested in Landstar or you got some concerns, I can say from my experience that you can do here. The whole idea is to be business minded. Run your truck like it's a business, because it is a business. You are paying fuel, you are routing yourself, you're choosing locations where you're able to save money. You are, you're traveling, you're maneuvering your equipment through areas where there's weather. You're avoiding weather. I personally fire if you don't gotta go into the fire. So I've been running a lot of Midwest, South, Southwest, heading right back up to Midwest, which is where I live. So you can do it here. You're your own boss. You run your equipment the way you need to run your equipment. You find out how much your cost is per mile, and you go out there and you get what you need to get in order to reach your goals financially, maintaining your equipment, and so forth. I gotta say as well, you know, we bought our truck through Lone Mountain, and you know, hey, buying any equipment, I don't care what it is, it could be rubber ducky. They all break down. Anything. Rubber ducky, you squeeze too hard, bust a hole in it, you know, and next you know you gotta replace it again. Trucks, you roll the dice. But when you know, do your due diligence. And I gotta say at Lone Mountain, we were able to get a solid piece of equipment. And I'm excited about that. This equipment, this truck has been rock solid. It's only been 30 days, I know that. But hey, you know, setting aside the money. In the event something happens, hopefully, perfect, we'll be able to financially be able to get to that situation. So this video's been going long enough for 16 minutes. I apologize for that. But I had a lot of information. 30-day review. Everything is going solid. Everything is going according to plan. Landstar is as advertised. You can make money here. You can make money here. Do your due diligence. But if this is something you're looking for, if you're looking to make income without all of the other rigmarole regarding having your own authority and all those things, give Landstar a look. I don't get paid to advertise Landstar. I don't. I'm just telling you from my experience, you can do it here. You can do it here. So with that being said, my next videos I'm going to be reviewing this barbecue I'm going to be eating tonight. And we'll keep discussing trucking. I'll come up with some topics. I don't know, maybe a little planning. I'm not an expert, but you know, just on a day-to-day process, you know, just explain how I do it. You know, maybe we can help somebody. But with that being said, guys, stay safe. Guys and gals, keep all 18 on the ground. And hey, smoke some weed when you get some chances. Keep trucking.